Hello, everyone. I know this is going to come as a shock to probably the internet, but I am actually here. I'm actually somehow still functioning. Um, yeah, Canadagraphs is back. I don't know how this stream is going to go because I am pretty low energy. I do have a guest that's going to come in to carry some of that load off me, and fingers crossed they can answer a lot of questions I won't be able to because I'm really out of the loop right now. Hold on, I just gotta I'm gonna disconnect my computer audio. Could just barely hear myself. I'll have, hey Cerberus, how you doing? I also have a cough, which is gonna be annoying, but it is what it is. Can't ask for perfection when someone's been out of the hospital for barely 48 hours. We'll talk about what I went through maybe a lot later in the thing when the algorithm isn't going to be so picky about it because it is a lot of TMI. But if no one wants to hear about it, which you probably shouldn't want to, we won't talk about it at all. But I'll basically just, be like, hey, I went to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. I'm out of focus. Seem out of focus. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in someone here who is more in focus. I have a co-host today, all the way from Michigan.
That's me. Hello.
And your name is, sir?
I'm here.
And your name is, sir?
Reacts Chainsaw.
Ah, there you go, everybody. We have Reacts Chinstrap here, and that is exciting. Have you heard of Evolution of Dance? Nope. We missed you. Thank you, Phoenix. Welcome. Welcome anyone else that's just sliding in here right now. I have no idea how this is going to go because, like I said, I am very out of the loop on a lot of things. I know a couple things about stuff in Vancouver. That's about it. Mm-hmm. So I brought in the all-knowing expert of everything else to fill in those gaps. He will know the answers to everything you ask.
I will try my best.
So how you doing, Chainsaw?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just finished filming and hanging out, so yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I've been thinking of doing this for a couple of days. Even on the day I got out of the hospital, I considered doing this, but the energy it takes to do it is, you have no idea. Once you lose your energy and your everything, it's very hard to get over simple basic tasks. And I'm in that mode right now. Like, I have a 44 stair walk up from the street to my place. We don't have an elevator here. I can usually do that in, I don't know, 30 seconds. The other day, it took me 4 minutes with 2 sit downs on the way up. That's like, that's pretty exhausted. So yeah, I have zero endurance right now. And I have this cough I picked up at the hospital. Thank you. They were great. The hospital was great. I mean, I can't blame them for getting the cough. I mean, I can, but I can't. Everything, with the exception of one nurse on day 1, who I do feel sincerely needs to retire from her job. Every other person I met there, great. Even when I was in a bad mood, they didn't take it personally. Because there was a couple days, there was a couple times where I was supposed to be discharged much sooner than I was, and kept having setback after setback. And of course, that puts you in a bad mood when you're like, I'm getting discharged tomorrow, great, and then you have a setback, and people are trying to tell you things and make you do things, and you're like, dude, I just got kicked in the balls. Just leave me alone for a while. So yeah, it was 18 days of exhaustion. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to recoup from it, but it's going to be more than 18 days, I think, because when I had my heart attack, I was only in the hospital for 3 days, and I was still dealing with recouping from that when all of this happened. So yeah, sorry for all the coughing, guys. I warned you. I got a cough. I took some cough medicine right before we started. Hopefully that minimizes it, but I don't think it's going to.
Just a pill, or does it take like a liquid? Oh, okay. Never heard of that. Mm.
You ever heard of Benylin?
I don't think. I
Really?
mean, maybe I have. I just don't remember.
It's pretty commonplace in Canada. All right. What do we got here? Hello, Eddie. Hello, Cal. You had a cough too, Sabrina? Okay, sorry to hear that. Heart failure you had? When? When did that happen to you?
Mm.
Did Mascara get any soup? What? Sorry to hear that, CG. I'm glad you're getting better. Thank you, Eddie. All right. First topic, we'll tackle the one most people will probably come here for, and that is Superman and Lois has been filming while I've been busy off on my vacation. And they're now halfway done the season already.
Mm.
Bitsy Tulloch tweeted a post today, or Instagram post, I can't remember where I saw it, that they're halfway done the season. I haven't even I've had one sniff of them out at all. Luckily, I mean, it was while I was out of the hospital, but I didn't think it was going to produce anything, and it sounded like it was going to be a bit of a wild goose chase, so I never followed up on it, assuming I'd have other chances.
Mm-hmm.
So far, that has not been the case. And even if I find, like, if tomorrow someone's like, hey, they're filming out in Cloverdale at the city grounds, because they filmed there just like yesterday. Mm. That's too far for me to go in the shape I'm in right now. You know, I need them to come a lot closer than that, or have somebody that I can rely on to drive me out there. You know,
they can film outside your door.
Subjects.
They can film outside, you know, you're on the street next to you. There you go.
Yeah. I have. Yeah. You know, there's a courtyard right under my window. It's blocked off from any other side of the street. The only people that would see is people from in my building, and I assure you I'm the only one with a camera. Come to our courtyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine if a scouting crew accidentally scouted my building? Oh, no. Yeah.
That'd be funny.
It would be. Yeah, so I haven't had a chance to even set foot close to them yet, and it might be a couple of weeks before I'm up to that energy to go outside the downtown core. So I got to make do with things that come to downtown, which, speaking of that, if you haven't heard, there's a new Tron movie with Jared Leto that is filming, and they're going to be doing a scene downtown tomorrow night, and I think that's going to be my first try since the heart attack to go out and actually do what I do. And fingers crossed I have the stamina to actually be out there for a few hours, because it's going to be a part daytime scene, so sounds potentially good. It's going to be out on one of our big streets, out on Burrard. It's a big 6-lane street, so potentially sounds good. And they've already started decorating one of the building's interiors to create some company that I've already forgot the name of. Give me a second, I'll just figure that out. Sorry for all the coughing. I will keep warning you, I have a cough, but it is what it is. Yeah, so they're decking out one of the places to be called NCOM, which is, a business in the Tron thing. So, yeah, so potentially, fingers crossed, will be something good for tomorrow. Let me just see what chat's had to say since I got here. Thank you, Cal, for the 99 cents. I think I said thank you already, but I forgot to show it. Hello, Demas. Hello, Sam. Hello, Destroyer. And I think that's all I'm missing at the moment. Were you in the hospital? Is everything okay with you now? I was in the hospital for 18 days. It was a bleeding issue. I might talk about that more far later into the show when YouTube isn't so algorithm heavy, because it's a lot of TMI. But I might not talk about it at all if no one wants to hear it, which honestly, you don't want to hear it.
Well, I'm just glad you're okay, man. I'm just I guess
so am I.
Well, my question is, did they figure out what the issue was specifically? Okay.
They have a theory on it.
Okay.
To simplify it, I had a bleeding issue, and their theory, they did like 11 tests based on that. One was based on an irrelevant thing to the bleeding. They did 11 different tests on me and didn't find the answer. Their theory is, so there's parts of like your I can't remember if it's the stomach or the colon somewhere, but like say it goes, it's going to be easier for me to draw this.
Okay.
Art time with Canada graphs.
That should be a show.
No one wants to see that.
Oh, come on.
I'm literally using the same design they used. All right. So like, let's say this is a typical like, no offense, I'm going to minimize you for a second if I can figure out how to do that. Screw it, whatever. So let's say that's like how a normal, like, I can't remember if it was part of the stomach or the colon, but let's just say that's a normal thing for it.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is you get these little pockets that'll happen like this on the side, just randomly once in a while, like over here. Okay. And when it does, what it's doing is it's stretching out the skin that's already there, or the casing that's already there, making it very thin. So while it's very thin, it's obviously much more susceptible to popping open and blood getting through there.
Yeah.
But then eventually it just like, just like anything, it eventually thickens up and it's not really a thing anymore. So what they think is probably the case is one of these popped, and then by the time they got around to like getting into that part of the area to look for it, it had already coated over and there was nothing to see. So yeah,
that
they'll never know the answer unless I get back in there with a new bleed.
And they get to it fast enough to find out what it is.
Yeah, that too. That was one frustration I had. One frustration I had was, like I said, they took me for 11 tests.
Mm-hmm.
Those are over the first 13 or 14 days. Why did they not do those all in the first 96 hours?
Fair point.
Just burn me out for the first 96 hours, but get your answers. Instead, they were doing tests still 3 days after I'd stopped bleeding. 3 days after any sign I'd had blood, they were still doing tests. So,
and to answer Tomas's question, it wasn't a stomach bug. This was far worse than a stomach bug.
No, this is far worse than a stomach bug.
Yeah.
Far worse.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a lot of TMI. I'm not going to go into it right now.
No, that's okay, man. No.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that it stopped and you're recovering, because, I was like talking with my wife and we were worried about you. And we were
so was I. I'll be honest. The night it happened scared me 10 times more than the heart attack did. The heart attack I didn't even know I was having until I was at the hospital and the doctor told me what I was having. Mm-hmm. This scared me because I immediately saw the results, and much more scary. And the fact it kept coming back and back. Like, there's 2 times in the hospital where I'd been clear of bleeding for a day plus. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm over it. And then got hit with another wave of it. I'm just like, why? How? What's going on? So yeah, it was pretty scary. It was very draining too. One of the things I will probably do sometime in the next week or 2 weeks when I have more energy is I'll probably do a video like promoting it. But like, I had 7 pints of blood given to me over the time I was there. Jeez. Because of how much I'd lost. So, anyone that donates blood, great job. Now 7 compared to, the grand scheme of a blood bank isn't a lot, but it's still something. And I mean, there was literally just like news stories this last week in the US about blood shortages there because they've lost a lot of their blood drives that they had in the past because of COVID.
Yeah.
and they're having trouble finding new ways to get that going. So, like, if you have ever donated in the past, anyone out there listening, and you still feel you can do it, I strongly advise, yes, go out there and do it, because there's right now a big shortage in the U.S. I don't know so much about Canada. This article was about the U.S., but yeah. I don't know who the 7 people are that donated to me, but thank you. I don't know how my recovery would go without that,
Mm-hmm.
I believe I probably would still survive it, but I might have been 5 times worse off than I was without it,
Yeah.
We got a Scott super chat here. Let's see what Scott's got to say today. Welcome, Scott. Are you all excited for Deadpool and Wolverine and Captain America Brave New World? I am excited to see Sam taking up the shield, and also Jennifer Garner. Oh, God, is she really?
In Deadpool 3, yes.
Fuck off.
That was announced a long time ago, though.
I want back in the hospital.
Come on, don't say that. I did feel bad.
I fucking hate her as a person, and I did not like Elektra the way she did it. Like, you may as well have told me that I have to go back to the hospital. As for Deadpool and Wolverine, yes, very excited, Scott. Cannot wait. Impatiently waiting. Was it June or July? I forgot when it's coming out. But whatever that date is it now?
It's not now. No.
Captain America: Brave New World. I am interested in. Mm-hmm. I can't say I have any hype about it yet because I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know if stuff came out while I was in the hospital, but as of right now, I don't know anything about it.
Doing a bunch of reshoots for it. That's what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to make it. They're trying to fix it. So,
yeah,
but Jennifer Garner. I mean, that was announced a long time ago for Deadpool.
Well, that is disappointing news.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Deadpool Wolverine. I mean, that first trailer, that little teaser looks great. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
I laughed at how much of a tease the Wolverine part was.
Oh yeah, like
everybody with internet access is aware this guy's in the film.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to show you that much.
Yeah, not much at all. No.
We saw more of that guy that dies in Deadpool 2 that had like spit vomit or whatever it was. We saw more of that guy than we did of Wolverine, who's in the title.
I think the title's simple and straight to the point. I like it.
Now, as somebody that has not watched anything that has the TVA in it, will I need to know who the hell they are when it comes around?
I have no idea. I would say no. You'd be fine.
Okay.
I'm assuming they'll give you like a rough, like explaining what they are. I'm assuming because, like, they have to understand. Not everybody who watches the MCU have seen Loki. That knows the TVA.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they'll definitely give you a rough idea of the TVA. So you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As someone who's probably discussed this in the past, explain it in like 30 seconds.
Essentially, they're a group of people that basically goes around and fix timelines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're the opposite of Barry Allen.
The opposite of Barry Allen.
Yeah.
They are the anti-Barry. The reverse Barry.
Ooh, they're the reverse Flash. Ooh.
All right, let me see what else chat's had to say here for a minute. Wait, if they're close to be done filming, when does the premiere air? I heard it's later this year. Yes, it is later this year. It's in the fall. I can't remember if that happened while I was back in the hospital or just before I went to the hospital or something, but Superman and Lois will not be airing until the fall, which I warned all of you for a while this was coming. Yeah. I said, be hopeful that it comes out in like June, but I really always expected it to come out in like October.
Yeah, they're holding it off to, I think, air it all at once. Or not like, all in 1 week.
And to optimize advertising, because there's not a lot of advertising in this summer.
Wow. Yeah, so they'll just have all 10 episodes, no breaks, I'm assuming, is why they're probably doing this. At least that's the hope. Because watch, they'll still have 10 episodes. We're still gonna give you breaks. I'm like,
Yeah, they're like episode 1, 2, a week off, 3, 4, a week off, 5, a week off,
yeah, exactly.
6, 7, 8, 9, 3 weeks off, and then 10.
Before they air 10. Oh, by the way, we have a sports game going on, so we're gonna have to delay it another week. Oh, shucks, guys.
Yeah, that sounds about right for them.
Yeah.
David Zaslav needs to pay his writers. Well, the writers just got brand new contracts, so
Yeah, so they are getting paid.
they're paid. No one in my school. Yeah, probably I can understand that some because that show has been off the internet for like 10 years.
Even longer, I think, than that. Or well, yeah, probably 10. He's still making content on TikTok, but it's not.
Does he really?
Yeah, he tells he does like video, like storytelling, essentially, like real stories. He does like breakdowns and tells stories on TikTok, and they
really
blow up. Yeah, they blow up.
You know, like a lot of those like younger guys from the early YouTube that still managed to survive the early days have really grown out of the like childish stuff they did back then, and have become more like prominent things. Like same with like the other one I think of all the time is Philip DeFranco, who did a lot of clickbaity stuff when he first came out. You know, had a Megan Fox watch, blah 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 blah. He's now probably the most reliable news source on YouTube.
Yeah,
wouldn't have expected that from that guy 15 years ago. You know.
No.
But yeah. These guys, they made their brand, they got some money, and they put it in places they think, as they've gotten older and more mature, are more interesting to them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on Ryan Gosling's performing I'm Just Ken? Well, I've never watched it, so I don't have an opinion. Did you see Barbie?
I have not seen Barbie.
You're a hater, I see. Okay.
Yeah. He's performing at the Oscars, which there was a lot of like theories of like he wasn't going to, but it's nominated for best song or something. So,
yeah, I'm not even aware of who's in the Oscars this year.
Well, it's Oppenheimer and a couple others. Pretty much, those are the main ones. Oppenheimer's the main one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Oppenheimer probably wins most categories that they're in.
Yeah, I would assume so. I think it'll win Best Picture.
What I heard, Ben Affleck is supposed to make an appearance as Daredevil. I'm not sure.
Just a rumor.
That'd be less offensive than Jennifer Garner.
He's popping as Batman.
Huh?
Yeah, he's popping up as Batman.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Batman, but wearing the Daredevil head.
Ooh, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Dareman.
Okay.
Batdevil?
Oh, I love that Batdevil. Yeah, he wears the Batman outfit, but
Batdevil sounds like a character that already exists.
Does Batdevil exist?
I have a question. Do you guys think Deadpool 3 will save Marvel? Because Wade Wilson said in the trailer he's Marvel Jesus. I don't know if it saves Marvel by itself, but it'll give it some breathing room for a while. It'll definitely help them short term keep afloat, while long term they look at better options to keep them going.
I have something here. I pulled up Batdevil. It is a thing. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That's Batdevil. Batman in Bethlehem. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Of course it is. As soon as I heard that name, I'm like, I bet there's a character already named that.
Yeah.
Hello, Laura. Welcome. What is Ares about? It's a Tron reboot. I don't know exactly how much of the original Tron they're rebooting, but yeah, it's from Tron. It's a Tron movie.
Yeah.
All I know is the Joker is in Tron.
You mean Morbius?
Is he Morbius as well?
He was Morbius. So you didn't know that? You probably erased that.
No. I never watched the movie. All I know is the memes from everybody.
Oh yeah, he was Morbius. Yeah.
Oh wow, that guy's got all sorts of success.
All the success.
Yeah. So He already ruined the Joker. He ruined Morbius, so now he's gonna ruin Tron.
Why not? Go for the trifecta.
That's weird because I've heard so many people say he is a great actor when it was in like Dallas Buyers Club.
When he's
And
not the lead. When he's not the
Yeah?
lead, yeah, people think he's better when he's not the lead role. Which obviously
Okay.
he wasn't in Suicide Squad, but like, we'll see.
He wasn't the lead in Suicide Squad, but he was a character with such pull that even though he's not the lead, he's the lead in many people's eyes.
Yeah, I guess he was marketed so much. Yeah.
It'd be like if you did a movie about like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but Superman was in it for 2 minutes. Nobody gives a shit that the movie's about Willy Wonka. They're going to be like, but Superman, there's Superman. There's certain characters that are so iconic, they overshadow anyone else in the movie, right?
That should be the sequel to Wonka, is Wonka 2 Superman. Yeah.
Find out that Superman's major kryptonite is actually just chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. And specifically milk chocolate.
Yeah. Do you think Nicole is joining Guns DCU? No. He is not mains.
Oh.
He is not looking at TV actors to fill roles right now. He's looking at almost unknowns or notable name actors. There's no in between right now.
Yeah. And Nicole, I mean, she had a run on Supergirl as, Dreamer. And if Nicole does show up in the DCU, it's not Dreamer. So, but
yeah, exactly. Like she might get a role down the road as a completely different character. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I don't think at this
Nightmare.
time.
Ooh, Nightmare. That's a Marvel character, but still, she plays the opposite of Dreamer.
Imagine they cast a Marvel character for DC.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. I mean, the way things are going, WB might get bought out by Marvel. So
possible.
Could you imagine the crossovers if they ever did that? I
mean, they are relaunching the old Marvel and DC crossover comics. They're republishing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Mm. Looking forward to Superman. Lois did give Superman a new suit behind the scenes. Looks like a suit. I'm not sure. I have no idea.
He's been kind of busy.
I have not been to a set for a while, as you probably know, and I do not have any input on this season yet. All I know is the things that are filming here, but I haven't had a chance to really see much of any of them. I do want to get out and find The Last of Us at some point, even if it's just, get some very far away shots from like their mega compound they created.
Mm-hmm.
But anything for The Last of Us entails me leaving town, and I don't have the energy for that right now. But they're here for several months. They're here until September, so I have time.
I don't think any photos has come out yet of that. I don't think.
Yeah, there was a short video. One of our TV stations, I don't know how they got it, where they got it, but they had a short video of them filming at a house, but no actual, nothing like I would do, close-up photos of the actors or anything like that. This was just like a helicopter from 600 feet in the air with a picture of a crane over a house, There's been some rumors by some fan groups that are like, oh, this set here has to be for them. But no one, I think, has confirmed any of those things. Okay. There's been no shots, as far as I know, of cast on set.
Mm.
Now they're here, but, They have this huge, massive compound about an hour north of Vancouver that will be basically, paparazzi proof. They built this town in a private property and then put a fence up around it, so
yeah, and that's probably where they're most going to be having the main actors shoot is probably there. So
outside of me renting a helicopter, I don't think I'm getting shots of that.
You could
I know we've had this conversation before, but I got to ask, do you think Grant Gustin to return to Flash? Because in the video he said that he would be down to return. But if James Gunn ever decided, hey, Grant, we might want you to come in and do a cameo for pile of like thing of cameos we're going to have zip across the screen real quick in some other project. Maybe, I'm not going to say never. I would say Grant is probably at least intrigued enough to do it, but I think Grant would be more interested if it was like a 3-day, role where he speaks instead of just coming in to zip through a screen for 2 seconds, Maybe. I would say low probability, but nothing's impossible.
I mean, anything's possible, I think, at this point. Like, Gunn's focusing on new and not so much looking in the past. And if he does that down the road, looking at the past, sure, you bring in the heavy hitters people recognize. Grant Gustin is the Flash. You bring in maybe Henry Cavill as Superman. If you were to do something like people like remember like the past of like DC. Not what the Flash movie did where you have like CGI recreations of people. But like Grant,
not only that, they did CGI recreations of people that are alive, like Nicolas Cage. They could have just got Nicolas Cage to stand there in a damn suit.
And they did, but they added a bunch of CG shit. Like that wasn't him. Yeah, because he came out and he said that me fighting that giant spider, that wasn't me at all, but me standing there, that was what I shot. And then they added all this other stuff. But I mean, like, I can see James going, hey, Grant, you want to come in for this like big crossover film we're doing down the road as an older Barry, and then we're going to connect it to the Arrowverse, so it's the same Barry. Hey, Henry, you want to come back to play an older Superman for something? Hey, Stephen Amell, you done being a scab? You want to come and be
Stephen's going to be busy being the star of Suits LA.
If that
I am, I said to people, a lot of people are like, oh, he's ruined his career. I'm like, I don't think so, because if there's anything the studios are going to love, they're going to love a guy that was willing to scab for them. He'll find a job.
I don't know if that's going to go through, though. I mean, Suits is getting really popular on Netflix because of the whole streaming, but I don't know about a continuation sequel series.
I think it'll at least get a season.
I mean, yeah. But it's going to be weird because it's going to be like, oh, it's Oliver Queen as Mayor, as the Suits character. Because he wore a bunch of suits all the time. So. Yeah.
I wonder what buildings they're going to use repeatedly, because I know when they did Suits in Toronto, they had this one tower that they used all the time, even up until the end seasons. You could count on filming there easily 8 times a season. So I'm curious what one they're going to use in Vancouver. There's a form of vision someone sent. It's not being sold to Netflix. I don't know. It's real. Oh, boo. Send it to me on Instagram. What do you mean form application? I don't know what you mean by that, man. But no, there's no such thing as that.
Yeah, there's an actual thing about it. I think it's like a contract, but you can tell it was fake. It's not
even if it was real, all that means is that Netflix gets the rights to the Snyderverse. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, but the contract is so basic. And the contract is so basic. You know that if there's an actual contract with Warner Brothers and Netflix to do this, that thing would be pages and pages long with very specific things.
Dude, the form I got at the end of my hospital visit to tell me about my stay was 7 pages. There's no legal mumble jumble in there at all. Thank you, heroes. Good to see you. I'm glad to be back myself. And you want Grant Flash talking with Millie's Supergirl. I don't think you're gonna get that. You can dream all you want, but I don't think you're gonna get that. Am I going to see Ghostbusters 3? That would imply me having to go see Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Well, it is the 4th one. Yeah, Eddie, you're right.
What's that?
One. The Ghostbusters 3 was Afterlife. There's a new one coming out, Frozen Empire.
Okay, so I'm still not going to see Ghostbusters 3. I also am not going to see Ghostbusters 4. We'll just put it out there right now. Anything with the Ghostbusters title since the 80s or 90s, whenever they finished the real Ghostbusters, isn't the Ghostbusters.
There you go.
You'd like to see him back in some form, Cal? I assume you meant Grant, I think, or Steven. I don't know who you were talking about at that time because it was kind of in that.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, I mean, because there is a video of Grant saying he would come back, but James is like, James is not going to ask him, and it's not because James doesn't want to work. Because I think James, like, he responded about it saying, "Yeah, like Grant's a great guy. I love to work with him, but he's doing Broadway. He doesn't need the DCU. Like, basically saying he has a career outside of DC. He's fine."
Sure.
But I think Grant will pop up in the DCU, maybe not as Barry, but as maybe another character. But
I think I have the perfect casting for him.
Okay.
How do you think of? Hold on. Grant Gustin as
Holy fucking shit! I've never seen that before. What?
I know, right?
What?
Blow people's minds.
Oliver Queen. Never seen it.
Blown minds everywhere.
It's never been done anywhere else. It's never been done.
Yeah. But yeah, seriously, I think if they ever brought Grant back into this new DCU, it would be for a different character. I don't think they would go retro Flash. Unless their movies are really bombing and they're like, we need some name recognition for a cameo.
This was mentioned on Council on Wednesday. I'm not sure if you're there or not, but someone had it was Council. It was Ben stream. We were on Ben's show, me, Andy, and I forget his name, another guy. But it was mentioned, what if he plays a younger Jay Garrick? Just throwing it out there. Yes, it happened before with John Wesley Shipp as Jay Garrick. So, like, what if down the road we get an older Grant to play a younger Jay Garrick in some sort of sequence or something?
That's the thing with all these timelines. There's always a chance to mess something up.
If they let's say they like a Flash movie 10, 15 years down the road, and there's Jay Garrick and there's Barry Allen, and then Jay Garrick is talking about, like, maybe whatever the threat is coming back, and he's fought it before, and when it flashes back, it's Grant Gustin, and it's like a surprise. No one knew he was cast, and all of a sudden, boom, he's in the movie. That'd be awesome. I would enjoy that. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Seen the first two Ghostbusters. Don't plan to go past that. Fair enough. I think that's also the thing is some people. I remember the first one or two came out and they weren't overwhelmingly loved.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, who are they making them for at this point? Although I think this new one, don't they have the old cast back?
They were back in the third one. They were just held off until the third act or whatever.
Okay.
But in this one, they're like more prominently showing them in the marketing.
Right.
but I think you're right about that, because back then it wasn't the same. The nostalgia has definitely been there for the franchise. So that's what they're trying to do. But the thing is, I don't think there's new Ghostbusters fans that are now jumping on the franchise. Like, it's like people who were.
You know what they need? You know what they need? Another cartoon.
That might actually help.
Because where do you think probably 30 to 50% of their fans came from back then? It was after the first movie when the cartoon came out.
Mm-hmm. And then people who saw, and people who do go see it in the theaters, and then took their kids or whatever. But like, it wasn't. It didn't grow to what it was at a certain point. But now, I think you're right. A new cartoon series would be probably helpful.
Yeah,
get at least new young kids to like say, "What's this?" And then
I think that's one thing they might be missing on this one. They're trying to redo the first idea, except they're into film 4 and they haven't launched a cartoon yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Green Arrow and Elseworlds. Yeah, we know.
Same thing can be said about Beetlejuice, because they're finally doing a sequel to that.
I don't know why. The first Beetlejuice is really good. I can't remember if there was a follow-up Beetlejuice, but I don't remember it if there was.
There's a cartoon. There's a show.
Yeah, there was a cartoon, yeah. I don't think I really ever watched it, though. Your least favorite was the female Ghostbusters one that tanked? Fair enough. I looked at that, then from the second I saw it, I'm like, why? I understand the desire to try and make female versions of things. I do understand it, but it's got to work. If it's not going to work, you're going to get. First of all, you're going to lose money on it. Second of all, you're going to give the certain parts of the internet all the ammunition they wanted. You know,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
you cannot miss with a female version of something, or else you have just fueled certain people.
Mm-hmm.
And they missed.
that movie wasn't good. The marketing actually made it worse. When I saw it, I'm like, it's not great, but the marketing made it look way worse than it actually was.
So kind of like Batwoman when it first, like, the first trailer that ever came out.
The marketing made it seem more stupid than it actually was. It's still stupid, but not that stupid. Yeah.
The inner child part of me really wants Wally West to be the main Flash for the DCU, but I wouldn't put all my money on that.
Who the fuck is that dude? Joypad Jake. Who the fuck is that guy?
You this guy? I don't know.
Yeah, who the fuck is that dude? I don't know who that guy is.
I saw him like randomly like hijack a stream a while ago, and he was like in it, and I don't know how he got there.
Oh shit!
Craziest thing. It was weird. There was like all these like respectable faces there, and then all of a sudden in the middle there was like this guy, and no one knew what the hell he was doing there.
It's terrible. Love you, Jim.
Good evening. Glad to have you back out of the hospital. Thank you, Lionel. I'm also glad to be back out of the hospital. Speaking of Beetlejuice 2,
don't make it off. Come on now.
Speaking of Beetlejuice 2, the old cast is coming back, and Jenna Ortega is going to play as the daughter of Winona Ryder. Okay, I guess, sure.
Yeah, she's
a buzz name right now. It's what you do, right? You find them new roles that have already been done.
Well, she went like Wednesday blew her up even more. So you know,
yeah, I'd never heard of her before Wednesday. And I didn't even watch the show, and I still have heard of her. You know,
I recommend it. It's pretty good.
A lot of people have told me that, but I'm so far behind on so many shows.
I got you.
Reality is, I'm never gonna get to it.
I hear you. I got you.
Hey, Darth, welcome.
I guess we can allow you to pass. I guess whatever.
Yeah. There's probably like one show out there somewhere that you're just like, oh, everyone keeps telling me it's great, but you haven't got to it yet.
Several.
Yeah, exactly.
Or one I refuse to watch. Or you know.
Is this a Amazon show?
Oh, see, people still bring this up. Like, why are you boycotting? I don't want to go this again. I've been through so much. Been through it so much. Come on. I
will nag you to the end of time until you catch up on that show, because that is an amazing show.
It's okay.
Anybody in chat have an opinion on The Boys? We have someone over here who hasn't seen it yet.
I'm the biggest fan. What are you talking about? I love the show. It's so good. Homelander, he's homelanding. Yeah, good stuff. You know.
Yeah. How many episodes have you seen?
3. Back in the day, years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, did you Black Panther 2?
I did not Black Panther 2. No, I didn't go see Black Panther 2, Sam. I have an issue with the lead actress in it, so I did not. If I had heard reviews before saying like, oh, you know, she didn't really play a part in it or anything like that, maybe I would have, but I never got those reviews.
No, she plays a part.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
You've only seen 2 episodes of season 1. Come on, Eddie. Come on, even Chainsaw's seen more of that.
I've seen
Chainsaw's boycotting the show, and he's seen more than you. Are you interested in Thunderbolts? I know that's one of the DC properties, but can't say I have knowledge of it. Can't wait to see Bucky and Yelena back and interacting. Who do you think should be team leader? I don't know. That might be a question more for maybe my guest.
Thunderbolts, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know about all the characters. I mean, some of them are like, really? But I think leading, I would say Elena. I would say, since she was front and center of them when the promo shot came out. But I don't know. I bet it's gonna be where there's no leader. Like there's gonna be a constant struggle throughout the whole movie. Who's the leader? So I think that's
so. It'll be like season 1 of Legends.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back to that perfection. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. I mean, it worked for them. They got 7 seasons out of it.
I don't know how though, but whatever. How the fuck did they pull that off?
Well, you know, being a superior television program does that.
Oh God, superior show. Hey, you know, when you're like, you know, when you're knocking out of the park every fucking week, you know.
Look, they got 7 seasons. That's all I'm saying. What did Daredevil get? Like 3?
I know. Yeah. Daredevil's trash. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh man. Just remember, for as long as you live, that Legends of Tomorrow had more than double the amount of seasons there were of Daredevil. Even when Daredevil comes back in its new form, it's still only going to be slightly above half.
Yeah, that's true.
and their seasons were a lot smaller too. So like Legends has hundreds of episodes more than them.
Yeah, Legends knocked it out of the park. You know.
Trying to catch up before season 4 comes. I binge watch it every night. We got a little work to do, Eddie. Got a little work to do. You're a little behind. I don't know if you guys heard Deadpool 3 is supposed to tie into Loki season 2. Is it? Where do you hear this?
Yeah, that's a rumor because of the TVA, but I don't know.
Yeah,
no one knows.
So anytime I see someone and they like say something in chat that they can't like immediately source, I'm kind of like, I need to hear your source.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit being said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever been on the internet, but some of the stuff's not real.
What? Hold on.
It's true.
You're telling me that not everything on the internet's real?
It's true.
Are you real?
I've at least. Well, I'm real. I don't know if you
know. But I don't know if you are though. I don't know. Because I mean, you could be a robot.
Would a robot go to the hospital?
But can we prove you were at the hospital? Can we actually prove it?
There's photos of me at the hospital.
It could be doctor photos. AI.
Ooh. AI would have did a better job because the lighting was shit.
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Hello, Gary. How are you? And I have no idea. To the question you asked.
He does the same thing to Ben's stream. He did the same thing last night.
I know. Just so you know, Gary, you're free to ask the questions, and I will still answer them. But I might not always bring your questions up on screen because of YouTube terms of service gets a little choppy with certain content. Just so you know, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
I know you always ask these questions, and they're just whatever. But YouTube gets a little picky about these things now.
Yeah. I'm assuming she does because Nora needs milk. Just saying.
Okay, there's our doctor on the scene here, Chainsaw, Dr. Chainsaw.
Yeah.
He had the answer for you.
I'm assuming, yes. I don't know. It's still baffling that Nora was holding Nora in the final episode. She was holding herself. It was weird.
It's true.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, it's me.
Imagine how much you can save on babysitting by just getting yourself to babysit yourself.
The loop would never end.
Cosmic Wonder mentioned it in a video. I don't even know what a Cosmic Wonder is.
I don't know if Cosmic Wonder is even reliable. Sounds like one of those channels that just like does clickbait bullshit.
I will say this so many times it's gonna like make my ears bleed. If it does not come from Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or Variety or someone in their direct stratosphere, it's a rumor to me. Unless you show me photos of it happening. When you show me photos of it happening, cool. I will buy your story. But unless you have showed me credible history, I'm not talking getting one right out of 732 fails. I am talking getting 95% of your stuff right on the regular.
Yeah.
I can't buy what you're saying.
Buy what you're selling.
Yeah. Sickness storyline. Of course, once we got to Lex. I don't know. I don't know if I would say forced. I don't know what I feel of it now that we were this far away from it. I think it was okay. I don't think I really have a problem with it. My big thing with it, I do understand there will be a lot of people that'll never watch that part of the season or that season because their own personal issues with things. I think that's a risk the show took that maybe they didn't need to take. In fact, I think I would go out on a limb and say they shouldn't have taken that risk. They did a great, wonderful job with the story. But it's a story that not everyone's going to want to see.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It would be like tackling other serious issues, drugs or an essay or something like that. You can do it wonderfully. You can make a well-written story, well-acted story, well-directed story about it. But there's going to be a part of your base that's not going to want to see that content because of real-life stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that topic. Am I ever... No, I have zero intention of having kids. Never getting married either. I do not like kids, and I don't particularly believe in the idea of marriage. But, I am also 50 years old and single, so what the hell do I know? I know Chainsaw's married, so...
Is that what? What?
Oh, we have a frozen chainsaw.
Yeah,
what did Frozen Chainsaw say?
I was saying, is that why you turned down my marriage proposal to you? Because you don't believe in marriage? Because
that was a lot to do with it. When I said there was extenuating circumstances, that was the reason.
Yeah. But I'm married, yes, and we're planning on having kids. I just need to get the fuck out of this house first. So
yeah. How dare you say that about the man that brought you, what was Javicia's character's name? I already forgot.
Red Death.
He brought you Red Death, man. You asked for Red Death for years. You got Red Death. What more do you want? He brought back Oliver Queen.
That was good, though.
Yeah.
It was a very good episode.
You got to see Barry's parents again. Tell me this guy isn't an epic story writer sometimes.
That full circle moment though of like finally completing the loop of the night.
I do legitimately, and I will defend this to the end of the day. Say, I think a lot of the problems with the finale came down to the rescheduling around Grant's COVID.
Yes,
I think there's 5 or 6 scenes that had to be redone that maybe didn't go as they planned.
Mm-hmm.
Same as when Supernatural had their finale. They had a far different finale plan than the one they did because they were in COVID restrictions,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just crap luck happens to the CW.
The thing is, they weren't willing to wait to shoot. Like they wanted it done.
There's a lot. I don't know the details of it. I believe there's probably some like legal backdoor stuff that comes around with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works technically, but yeah, I mean they would have had to pay all of those guest stars extra money to come back on another day. They would have had to re-rent the area. They would have had to re-rent any other areas that they had. So, there's things that would have cost them double. On top of the fact that technically they were supposed to be wrapping out of that studio by whatever date. I can't remember. It's bad luck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I would say Eric Wallace wasn't overly great. I wouldn't call him horrible, though. Like, I wouldn't use the word terrible like you did. I would say not great. There's a lot that goes into show running that we don't see, where you get an idea and you're like, I want to do this. And then they're like, but you can't because this. And you're like, but that ruins half of my season. And they're like, go ahead and make a different half a season. You know, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Even on shows that don't have like the continuity of an Arrowverse, single show like universes run into those problems. You know, they're like, oh, we're gonna have this actor do this thing this season. We're gonna have them go this way. And they're like, actually, that actor's only here for 2 episodes this season. You know, what do? You've written a 9-episode arc for this person.
Yeah, and you don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry visits the big day was a good episode. Yeah. That was episode 10. I'm sorry I'm coughing so much, guys. I thought I would have had this under control, but I have not.
Whenever you want to wrap it up, man. You don't want to strain yourself. You know?
I'm doing okay. I mean, as long as no one else is complaining about the coughing, I'm not gonna.
Gotcha. Dogs are going crazy out there.
Lucy, calm down.
It's all the dogs. All 4 of them are going crazy out there.
Oh, you have more than one dog?
That ain't my dogs. They're her mom's dogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you have 4 dogs.
No. No.
You heard it here first, Chainsaw. Big time dog daddy.
Yeah, love it. Hey, love it.
Come on, you must like them.
I like 2 of them.
Okay, that's a start. That's a start. I'll accept 2 as a start.
Yeah, that's fine.
Eric Wallace had great ideas, but the execution of them was bad. Perhaps. Tyler, the Pop Funkos at the hospital? No, they never came with me. They are still over there. I want to give them credit because we did get some really good episodes from The Flash in certain seasons. Yeah, I think some of his stuff hit really well because there was no interruptions on those ones.
Yeah.
It's fine. The coughing is that even how you spell it? That is not how you spell it, but I'll let it go. Flash, Jeff Hirsch is supposed to. I have no idea who Jeff Hirsch is.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. But I think I'm caught up on all the topics I originally put in my title. Superman and Lois, Tron, The Last of Us. Yeah, I'm caught up on all those things. Is there anything I have missed while I was away?
Fantastic Forecast announced.
Who was cast?
So look up here. Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa.
Does that guy allow anyone else to get a job?
No, he does not. So that I'm looking here on double check. So yeah, Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby as Invisible Woman. Ebon Moss Backrack. Don't I pronounce his
right.
name? He was from, I think, Succession or whatever. He's Ben Grimm. And Joseph Quinn, Stranger Things, Eddie from Stranger Things, the guy that everybody loved from Stranger Things. He's Johnny Storm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of 3 of the 4 at least. No, I've actually heard of all 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of all 4. I don't necessarily know why I know all 4, but I've heard of them at least.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
Better than not knowing at all. But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, there's been other like new stuff, but it's not really been big. Like big news, just like okay, they're shooting this, they announced this.
Well, I do know they also started filming Superman.
Yes, that's
one thing I do know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's now called Superman.
Yep, it's called Superman. Like he decided to abbreviate it after he locked the script in and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think Superman works better. It's a more identifiable title.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will people get that confused with the other Superman?
Well, didn't they call it the Superman movie or something? Like Superman 78.
But like the classic.
Well, yeah.
The classic Superman have to just be called Superman, right?
Yeah, I would think.
Back then, they didn't care about branding. Superman in 1978 is just titled Superman.
Gotcha. Well,
How am I gonna like? So is Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder in this movie? Like,
Yes,
I'm very
100%.
confused.
100%.
Oh, okay. Good. You think it's more likely they go with a well-known actor for the DCU Batman, like a previous big screen Batman, or up-and-comer, less known, like they has been done for the big screen Superman? When is there a Batman coming now? I don't even know off the top of my head.
We don't know when, but we know they're doing a movie. Batman Brave and the Bold, or The Brave and the Bold. So I would assume it's probably going to be a lesser known, because that's what he's been doing. He's getting lesser known actors. But I mean, I could be wrong. He could have went lesser known Superman, well known Batman. So
Jensen Ackles is too old to play Batman. Dude's almost 50. Actually, he might be past 50.
Is he?
We already did George Clooney.
Yeah, we did George Clooney. And Michael Keaton again.
Oh my God, right? Forgot about that. He's 46. So by the time they would even cast and get around to filming, he'd be almost 50.
Guy needs to be about mid-30s or so with a Damien, with a son out and about. So I would say that.
So you.
Sure, yeah, go free. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. All right, there we go. We got our Batman guys.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to have a cast and call or anything.
Oh yeah, I'll be Batman.
Yeah. So what else have you had going on lately?
Nothing too much, man. Just doing my show and still job hunting.
How's the reacting world going?
It's going, it's fluctuating and shit as always. But
yeah, what new technicalities is YouTube throwing at you guys?
Nothing really. I mean, it's just the same old. I mean, shorts are still a big thing and all that. It really fluctuates because sometimes I have good weeks on YouTube, sometimes no. It is what it is.
YouTube really is dependent on continually pushing out content, or else YouTube pretends you didn't push anything out. You're like, hey, look, I put out 4 videos last week, and they're like, yeah, but you didn't put anything out for 4 days. Like, dude, like, I'm not a robot.
Yeah. I mean, I try to put out something at least once a day, but yeah.
Yeah.
And now I've been trying to push more shorts and shit, or at least try to be more, like, consistent with shorts. Because I am getting new subs. I gained like 17 or 18 new subs just on one short I did yesterday, based off the Inside Out 2 trailer. So,
there's an Inside Out 2?
Yeah, they dropped a official trailer, second trailer yesterday. Yeah.
The first one was so good. I don't know if you like. How do you probably ruined the second one?
But yeah, YouTube, it's finicky, and also like TikTok too. Like they're looking to ban TikTok.
Yep. So, yep. I actually think there's a reasonable chance that goes through.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, the U.S. government's not wrong in what they say. I don't like agreeing with the U.S. government on all things, but they're a company that is directly connected to the Chinese Communist Party. They literally hand over the data to them, so U.S. has to do something about that.
Well, for me,
they've given them an out. Like they've given TikTok an out. They're basically like sell your interest in the company, and that's fine. But they're like, TikTok keeps trying to make it sound like they're being screwed over. It's like, but you literally give your data over to a competing country. They can't allow that.
Yeah, I really don't know all too much about that or how accurate all that is. All for me, it's like I'm just like my videos.
You're just a creator on there who's like, I'm going to lose part of my platform.
Yes, and the thing is, I literally did, and I froze there. But I've done 2 videos. Yeah, I did 2 videos that did really well this week, and I've made like $300 from those 2 videos. So,
what? I didn't even know people made money off TikTok.
So I
dude, I'm doing things wrong.
I kind of need the platform a little bit.
Well, get yourself a Canadian VPN, I guess.
Might have to.
Like that's probably going to be the answer for a lot of Americans. But you're probably also going to lose a percentage of those viewers because there'll be Americans that just won't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
And the money is really based off who watches your content where.
Yeah.
Where they're located. So, yeah.
So do you get paid more for like a US viewer than, say, a German viewer?
Mm-hmm. You get paid more if it's United States, yeah.
Interesting. So that is going to be a problem too, yeah. But unfortunately, unless you become the president in the next few weeks, I don't think this is going to change.
Well, I mean, the bill has to pass first. I think I'm not sure how.
It sounds. It passed the first step 50-0, so I don't think it's going to hit a lot of road bumps.
Gotcha. I don't know.
It's rare. It's rare that you hear a 50-0 vote in any part of the U.S. government. You know. But yeah, we'll see. I am sure. My gut feeling is I think eventually the company that owns TikTok will yield to the U.S. threat and will sell off to somebody. They'll just take the money, be like, well, this experiment's over, and move on, and then someone else will own TikTok. You know, whoever the Elon Musk is of TikTok.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man. Let's just see what these last few things are. I'm basically wrapping this up, guys. So if you have any last questions, I'll get them in chat now by the time I'm finished reading. Does Deadpool hide his identity? I have no idea. I don't think he does. Marvel is going downhill. Kraven the Hunter is coming out this year. I saw Madam Web. It was terrible. I did hear a lot of people were less than excited for Madam Web.
Yeah, but
did you see it?
Yeah, it was terrible. But
tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, but Sony, like that's Sony. It wasn't Marvel's fault. Marvel didn't do that. That was Sony that did Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web. Yeah. So
okay. I think Comic-Con and new game conventions are when we get a lot of news. Aside from those dates, not much news. Yeah, I mean, in the past that used to be the case, but no one does Comic-Con anymore. So, like even this year should have been the first really big year for Comic-Con, and I don't think anything was announced there. Was there?
I don't think so. No.
No, it's a dead platform to them. They shot themselves in the foot. What if DeSantis came president? Well, that would have been almost as bad as Dump. I'm looking forward to seeing Eddie Murphy playing Axel Foley in the new. What the fuck? I'm looking forward to seeing Eddie Murphy playing Axel Foley in the new Beverly Hills Cop movie. What?
Yeah.
Is there a new Beverly Hills Cop? Why? We already had these. I'll even spoil it for you. Eddie Murphy was in those.
They keep doing it, man.
Why? There are 3 films called Halloween 1978, Halloween 2007, and Halloween 2018. I think people can figure out the Superman films. Yeah, I was saying it kind of as a joke, though, Lionel. Yeah. Off topic, but will Canada Grass appear in Eric's tomorrow? No. Eric hasn't invited me in eons. I mean, to be fair, I also haven't had anything to add in eons. Like, you know, the value I bring to his stream would be information on filming, and there hasn't been any in a while. Chainsaw, did you see new Madam Web? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I heard Chainsaw, I think, gave it like a 9.75 out of 10.
Correct.
Yeah. Just the next 2 years will show state of movies. I mean, that's every couple of years is kind of that case. Beverly Hills Cop 4. Why?
Don't know, man.
All right. I think we have caught up to everything there is in the chat, and my voice is not improving. And we gotta get Chinstrap here back to doing videos so that TikTok can be happy with them.
Yes.
He's got to make those Chinese people some money.
Sure do.
Yeah, Xi Jinping is waiting for his pennies. All right. I'm going to cut this out here, guys. Thank you, everybody who came by today. I didn't know how this was going to turn out. I didn't know how my voice would hold up. I didn't know anything. We got through quite a bit, actually, and really big thanks to Chainsaw Reacts for carrying good chunks of this stream for me. I sincerely think without you, it would have been a 10 to 15-minute stream before I had to give up, because I would have just been vocally.
I appreciate you reaching out. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, thanks again.
Definitely didn't want to pass this up.
And if you guys need more of him or more of a lot of other people, there is he has stream. What day is that? Your stream? Wednesday nights. Huge stream over on his. Pile of people you've probably never even heard of, on top of people you have heard of. He's had pretty much everyone I'm already aware of over there, and a few people I literally have never heard of. Like I don't know how many guests you're up to now, but I'd say there's been at least 20 people when I've looked at them on stream, and I'm like, I don't know them. What do they do?
I've had a total of 76 different guests over the course.
76 different guests already. Holy cow!
Yeah.
That you're gonna be at 100 before like May for sure, maybe April.
Yeah, I need to start reaching out to more people because I haven't really reached out to anyone new recently, but I will.
Yeah.
All
right, everybody. This guy, well, over there, he will have somebody on that you might have heard of.
Yes.
And if he hasn't, he's also a great place to find out about new people.
Yes, exactly.
So,
I have all. They're all
there you go.
in the description and all that. Yeah.
Just make sure you tab out before Gore gets on there, or else things fall off the rails.
That's true.
All right, thanks everyone, and I will see you all in the future. It's great to be back.